Here we are in Texas. It's going to be another 105 degrees today, and I've been putting off getting my house re-insulated, but I've got USA Insulation out here on site today to upgrade the insulation in my walls to make my house more energy efficient, quieter, and a heck of a lot more comfortable. Well, Brian, I'm glad you made it out. You know, life has changed things. I put this off time and time again and just didn't get to it, and now it's 105. It's time I get my walls insulated.
Yeah, and it is 105 today, but this is the kind of work that we like to do.
Sure.
Insulating your exterior walls, bringing that interior temperature where it stays in the house and doesn't come through your walls. We've got the hardy board and the brick that we could show you how we do it. So let's go out front. I'll kind of show you the crew working on the house from the front side, and I can kind of point out what we're doing so you have a good idea as we fill up your house.
Okay, well, let's go take a look.
All right, sounds good. When we do homes, depending on the age of the house, if they're built like in the 70s and 80s,
Yeah.
you get on the low end about a 22 to 24% drop in electricity charge because it's stopping that leaking of air outside.
Right.
When we do homes built in the 50s and 60s, that's more in the 40% drop.
Right.
So, and you've got brick and hardy board, so we can show you both types of the techniques that we do on that.
Yep.
I hear the crew over there right now, they're drilling on the side of the house, and we can start over there and I can show you them drilling into it, and you take a look. As we're walking, you can kind of see the holes that they've drilled into your mortar. Usually it's 2 to 3 holes per cavity. As we go through, we start at the bottom and we seal that up tight, and then we move up a hole and that fills up that cavity. The third and final hole is at the very top, and we rotate it north or up and seal up the entire cavity so it's airtight and sealed up tight.
Okay.
And here you can see, this is Devontae. He's drilling into your mortar, and we go through the mortar directly into the sheathing or the frame of the house. So we're filling up the cavity. Now remember, this doesn't stick to anything, so you can always get behind it, pull that block out, and work on something if you have to work on electrical. It's going to insulate the pipes, keep them from freezing.
That part I'm looking forward to. Okay, they've already injected part of the house, and you can really tell the difference already. In fact, outside this wall is where my AC unit is for the house, and normally you can hear it when it's running. Not anymore. The other noticeable thing is they're running their own truck, their big truck with the generator on it and everything. And yesterday, it was quite noisy. Today, I don't really hear it simply because this part of the house is already insulated. The sound difference is a night and day difference.
So if we're doing this from the inside, which we can do that, it's a hole about 1.5 inch. It's at the very top and it fills this cavity. Then we put the drywall back in, tape and bed. If you got the paint, we'll come up and paint it. Now when we get to like a window, we have to do the top part and then we have to go underneath it. Now the house was built in 73, so you may have fire blocks that are running through the middle of the house. Do you know that? I mean,
Haven't seen any.
Okay, if you do, then we have to go below it.
Sure.
One above, one below, because we want that sealed tight. And once that's done, this room, you never want to leave.
Yeah.
Jim, at your house, you've got brick and you've got hardy board siding on your house. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through how we do hardy board. We start at the very top and we do it under is the shadow line right here. It's about the size of your pinky. It's kind of like how we do the brick.
Okay.
We drill through that into the sheathing itself and we fill it up. So there'll be 1, 2, 3 here. And then when we get through, we have like a wood compound. It's kind of cement and it matches up. We make it smooth. We roll across a plastic thing to make the lines back in it. That you have to let dry for about 30 days. It's hardening like mortar.
Right.
And then we can come back and paint those holes if you have paint, so you don't see where we've gone through.
Okay. So if you've watched any of my YouTube stuff over the years, you've probably seen me repair this pipe more than once. Every time it freezes, I get an issue with this pipe. And it turns out I had a dryer vent down below that went outside and was letting all the cold air in. Well, I've decided what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go get some plexiglass and enclose this so we can see how the foam will encapsulate this pipe and protect it from further freezes. So what I've done here is I took the sheetrock out I put plexiglass over it, and I got really 3 chambers in here, which I didn't realize at the time, but I've got one with pipes in it, so we can watch the pipes get encapsulated. I've got one little section here with insulation, so we can watch the insulation compress, and then I got an open section here, just so you can see as it comes up. And it's just going to give us a visual of what happens inside the wall when the insulation's being blown in. All right, so they're about to start injecting into the plexiglass I put in. Hopefully I got most of it sealed up. I know I'm going to have some leaks. It's just a matter of how bad are the leaks going to be. All right, it all held together a heck of a lot better than I thought it was gonna. Filled all the cavities. You can see how well it compressed all the fiberglass insulation. And this had smaller pieces in it, so you could see some of them even move as the foam was being injected in. This is a cool product. All right, they got it all installed, and you can really feel the difference. The hot and cold spots are gone, and I'm really looking forward to seeing those energy bills.